yeah, you're probably wondering how I got into this situation, and it all had to do with this mysterious player that looked like me. His name was Chari, and he was summoning the most powerful imposters in all of Among Us. And if you ever see your evil twin in Among Us, you're gonna wanna see this. And before I do forget, I want to let you know that this video must reach 20,000 likes. That way I can post part 2. And make sure to hit that red subscribe button with the bell icon turned on. You are always welcome to be a part of the Chari family. But now, let's begin. So it was my first time getting on Among Us after a very long time. It was 2 in the morning, and I knew that this was a time where I could find some of the most powerful creatures in Among Us. Creatures that have the power to destroy the entire world. I wanted to risk my chances of finding these creatures, and it's rumored that at around 2 AM you can actually find them. And if you would actually face these creatures, let me know down below in the comments. So I entered my first match, expecting nothing. There was just a bunch of crewmates doing their task. I was one of those crewmates doing their task in the electrical room. And I was getting really scared because anything could happen at any moment. A meeting was then called, and what I found really strange was that there was no response, which did worry me. We were all wondering who was the imposter, and Pink mentioned that Green vented, so there was one clue there. I entered back in the game, and I made my way over to the security cameras to get a better look of the entire map. And as I was about to enter, I saw a red crewmate, which looked like me. This crewmate didn't have a visor. He didn't look like no visor, he just didn't have the glass piece, and he was just standing there like a zombie. He also had a name that was very similar to mine, which was Chari but with a 4. Is this some sort of code? So then I started to hear strange noises as I was approaching the communication room. And when I entered, I saw that same player messing with the communications. I could hear the sounds of creatures coming out of the radio. Was this mysterious player trying to communicate with those imposters? I made sure to escape. I was about to do a task, and then I was eliminated by one of the imposters, and my body was reported. And I let the crewmates know that I was very scared. Who could that player be, and was he part of the Among Us code? Was I added in the brand new update? Maybe all of us have an evil twin that has the power to summon the imposters. I entered back in the game, and it was now a brand new one, and I was the imposter. There's something definitely going on, but I'm not entirely sure what it could be. I had to come up with a plan to get a win and leave satisfied. I eliminated Pink as soon as possible, and I made my escape, and then Pink's body was reported. Nobody was talking inside of the chat, so I wasn't entirely sure what to do. So I just decided to vote for the person that reported the body, and all of the votes were tied. Why is it that these crewmates don't want to speak to me? Maybe they saw the other player and think that it's me. I managed to call O2, and I eliminated the last and final crewmate, and I got my victory. I was very satisfied with the win. Now I was a crewmate, and I went into the electrical room, and I was quickly eliminated by Pink. They got their revenge after last game, but maybe there's something more. Maybe they know something about that player that I saw earlier, the one that looked like me and was trying to communicate with something or someone. Since I was eliminated, I was one of the ghosts, and I decided to leave the map of Scaled. And then I ended up on Polis. How did I end up on Polis from the Scaled? Was the Scaled going to Polis for someone? Who may that be? Or maybe we're here to discover something. I also realized that there was other players that I wasn't playing with earlier, so I'm not really sure how they got here. I guess I just entered another game. There was 15 players in the lobby when we were in the meeting. There was 5 of us that were dead, and I was one of them. So I tried to ask the crewmates how I was at Polis, and I didn't get a response. So then I was just a ghost on Polis trying to figure out what was going on. I'm starting to believe that that player that was with me and the one that looked like me has something to do with it. I watched the crewmates play out the entire game and, well, we ended up getting the victory, of course. So now I was back on the dropship with the other crewmates, and now it was time for me to try to figure out what was going on. Maybe the other Chari was trying to summon the imposters. And that's when I entered the communication room just like the other Chari. And I could hear the sounds of several creatures and monsters on the radio. Who could these monsters be? We all know that these monsters have the power to destroy the world. Who are the most powerful imposters? I mean, we do have creatures like Murray, who is the king of Polis. Now I'm really starting to get scared. Does that mean that everyone in Among Us has an evil twin who may just appear at night at 2 in the morning, getting ready to summon the imposters right in front of you? After the meeting was over, I noticed something on the computer screen near the lava pool. There was 3 numbers. It was 666. Now I knew something was wrong, and that's when the lights turned off and the ground around me began to shake. I got close to the lava pool to see what was coming out of it, and that's when I saw a giant creature. It was Molten. Molten took a bite of my player, and then I just appeared outside, walking around like nothing happened. How did that even happen? What's going on? A meeting was called, and I asked the crewmates what is happening. We all stuck together and we all went to go fix the lights. We were all getting really scared on what was happening to the map of Polis. I then saw a creature on the edge of the cliff. He was very long. It was Red. Red then got close to my player and took a bite of him. And then I just appeared outside walking around like a normal crewmate. My screen is just glitching. That corrupted player must have done something to my game. My evil twin. The one without the visor. I tried to see if I could try to communicate with someone on the radio. That's how the evil Chari got in contact with the imposters. But as I was about to open the door, everything went black. And that's when I saw Ivan and Murray approaching my crewmate, waiting to eliminate me. They both got me from each direction. And then a meeting was called and I was still alive. This time, I decided that I had to hide inside of the bathroom. It's the only location that has one entrance aside from the storage room, but there's no way that I'm hiding in there. I was hiding inside of the laboratory in the bathroom of Polis. And that's when everything around me started to flash red, and I saw something on the mirror. It was a white crewmate that was on the mirror. And that's when Captivate appeared and managed to use his massive arms to grab my crewmate. And that's when I appeared outside in the open, and all of the imposters were after me with my evil twin. Let this be a lesson: if you ever see your twin in Among Us, run.